can I see the steps carefully?
Yeah, I'll guide you on how I've configured those steps. First, we'll go to SPRO path. Okay. Then we'll click on SAP reference IMG. Okay. Then we'll scroll and find an option for personal management. Here you can see the personal management. I clicked on it, and then we'll be into personal administration node, and we are into this node. We'll go to customizing procedures. Okay, once we are here, we have to click on the subnode actions, and we'll go to define info groups. Clear till now? We'll have only 7 minutes. So here we'll go to user group dependencies. We'll create a new entry, assume it to be 42, Vatsala hiring, and whether we need any user dependency for this menu or not. It's up to you whether you want to check this or not. Okay, so I'll enter this. It says 42 already exists. I have to see an empty space. 2K 2Q.
Maybe you can take the record that we created just now. It's 41 for Ganesh hiring.
Okay.
Yeah.
So here we have that record Ganesh hiring. So here you can decide whether there should be any user dependency or not. And if there is any user dependency, which can be taken as reference if the user does not have UGR assigned. Okay. Then we'll come back and we'll go to info group modifier. Here we'll decide, like for each country, we can decide what will govern or what will decide the info types. So it's up to you on how you can configure the logic here. So if you want to configure the logic based on the company code, you can simply click on here and click on create, and then here it will ask which thing you want to use. So now I want a decision operator. So for country group, based on the country group I want to. So here I can see and select Molga and click on transfer. So here earlier there was only company code, but here now you got Molga, right? So for India you want a separate code, for Australia you want a separate code. As an example, I'm just taking these two as examples. So here I've selected them, and here I can give what should be the grouping value. So here I can enter the grouping value. Generally I'll input same as Molga so that it would be easy for me and I don't have to remember codes. Like let's say if the code is something like SX, MP, NX, something like that, I have to remember that, right? So what I'll always try to do is give the code same as the Molga so that I don't have to remember. So once you entered these details, you have to click on activate. Clear, Ganpati? So this feature is IGMOD feature, IGMOD, which decides your info group modifier. Okay, so I'm not saving this because it's already there and I don't want to disturb. Then while creating your info groups, whatever you entered here as a code must be entered here. So we have created 41 as our code. Now clicking on OK, and then here we have to input the user groups. So we can have separate user groups here, Ganpati. Like let's say if you want only these 3 info types to appear, I'll just can enter 40, 40, 40. So what does this mean is, depending on the UGR assigned to your user group, your user ID. If your user ID has UGR parameter as 40, only these 3 info types will appear, Ganpati. If UGR is not assigned, then you will get all these info types.
Yes.
Clear?
Yeah.
So now we have configured what are the info types that must appear, but did we assign them to any action type yet? No, right?
No.
So where we can create that action type is here, set up personal actions, personal action types.
Personal actions types.
Here we have to create new entry. So I am just showing you the 41 which we have created. 41. So 41 or 4 is GH, right? GH is our code. Okay, GH. Okay, so here for actions we'll input this field as 1, and if let's say employee should be active while the employee is being hired, we'll input here 3. And if during the hiring process, if position, person area, employee group and subgroup should populate, we'll check these check boxes, and here we'll assign the info group that we created. And then here we have 2 check boxes, one to store the action in info type 0, the other to store it in info type 302. Generally we'll select both the options. So while there may be cases in master data where inconsistencies may arise if IT 302 is not checked. So always it is advisable to check both the options. Okay.
Okay.
Now we clicked on save. Assume that we clicked on save. Action type is created, and then we must have a reason for action type, right? So we go to
Yeah.
reason for action type and create a new entry against our action type. So remember that for action type at least there should be a blank reason. Even the blank reason is also a value. Clear?
Yeah.
So we are going back, and now we have created the action type, but it should appear in PA40 screen. So how you can do that is by going to here, change action menu, and in the action menu you can go here. For actions it is 01 by default, so we'll select 01 and click on OK. So here you must input your action type. So now I have created for 40 as well, right? So I'm giving 40, and now I'm going to give any number. Let's see if that number is there or not. It's not there, so now I can save it. So now I have saved it. So it means like if your user ID has either 40 or blank, even for you that entry in PA40, the action type will appear. Clear,
Yeah.
Ganpati?
Yes. Perfect.
Perfect. So
Yeah.
chart of accounts and controlling area, I will recap it tomorrow because now I think anytime soon the call will get disconnected and the
Yeah.
recording may not happen.